And Jesus, walking by the Sea of Galilee, saw two brothers, Simon, called Peter, and Andrew, his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishermen.
Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men.
They immediately left their nets and followed him. Going on from there, he saw two other brothers, James, the son of Zebedee, and John, his brother, in the boat with Zebedee, their father, mending their nets. He called them, and immediately they left the boat and their father and followed him.
Over 600 years before Jesus called to his disciples with these words, the prophet Habakkuk would call to God with a complaint, asking him why he makes men as the fish of the sea, as it is written in the book of Habakkuk.
Why do you make men like fish of the sea, like creeping things that have no ruler over them? They take up all of them with a hook. They catch them in their net and gather them in their dragnet. Therefore they rejoice and are glad. Therefore they sacrifice to their net and burn incense to their dragnet. Because by them their share is sumptuous, and their food plentiful. Shall they therefore empty their net and continue to slay nations without pity?
And it is the Lord who first said this to Habakkuk.
Look among the nations and watch. Be utterly astounded, for I will work a work in your days which you would not believe, though it were told you. For indeed I am raising up the Chaldeans, a bitter and hasty nation which marches through the breadth of the earth, to possess dwelling places that are not theirs.
So Nebuchadnezzar would cast his net over Jerusalem, and Judah would be taken captive by the Chaldeans into Babylon, just as the word of the Lord spoke through Moses, saying to Israel in the wilderness, what would become of them if they did not obey the voice of the Lord, as written in Deuteronomy chapter 4.
When you beget children and grandchildren, and have grown old in the land, and act corruptly, and make a carved image in the form of anything, and do evil in the sight of the Lord your God to provoke him to anger, I call heaven and earth to witness against you this day, that you will soon utterly perish from the land, which you cross over the Jordan to possess. You will not prolong your days in it, but will be utterly destroyed. And the Lord will scatter you among the peoples, and you will be left few in number among the nations where the Lord will drive you. And there you will serve gods, the work of men's hands, wood and stone, which neither see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell. But from there you will seek the Lord your God, and you will find him if you seek him with all your heart and with all your soul. When you are in distress, and all these things come upon you in the latter days, when you turn to the Lord your God and obey his voice, for the Lord your God is a merciful God. He will not forsake you, nor destroy you, nor forget the covenant of your fathers, which he swore to them.
And it is the Lord who responded to Habakkuk's complaint with these words.
Write the vision, and make it plain on tablets, that he may run who reads it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it will speak, and it will not lie. Though it tarries, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Behold the proud, his soul is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. For the earth will be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea. Woe to him who says to wood, awake, to silent stone, Arise, it shall teach. Behold, it is overlaid with gold and silver, yet in it there is no breath at all. But the Lord is in his holy temple. Let all the earth keep silence before him.
And just as the nations would go out into the world to gather many people into their nets with evil intent, it is God who would regather his people Israel from among those nations, and from them send out fishermen, as it is written in Jeremiah chapter 16.
Therefore, behold, the days are coming, that it shall no more be said, The Lord lives, who brought up the children of Israel from the land of Egypt. But the Lord lives, who brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands where he had driven them. For I will bring them back into their land, which I gave to their fathers. Behold, I will send for many fishermen, says the Lord, and they shall fish them.
And it is through Jesus that God would send those fishermen. For it is Jesus who stood by the lake of Gennesaret and saw two boats standing by the lake. And one of the boats was Simon Peter's.
Then he got into one of the boats, which was Simon's, and asked him to put out a little from the land. And he sat down and taught the multitudes from the boat. When he had stopped speaking, he said to Simon,
Launch out into the deep and let down your nets for a catch.
Master, we have toiled all night and caught nothing. Nevertheless, at your word, I will let down the net.
And when they had done this, they caught a great number of fish, and their net was breaking. So they signaled to their partners in the other boat to come and help them. And they came and filled both the boats, so that they began to sink. When Simon Peter saw it, he fell down at Jesus' knees.
Depart from me, for I am a sinful man, O Lord.
For he and all who were with him were astonished at the catch of fish which they had taken. And so also were James and John, the sons of Zebedee, who were partners with Simon. And Jesus said to Simon,
Do not be afraid. From now on you will catch men.
So when they had brought their boats to land, they forsook all and followed him.
So just as Jesus called out to Israelite fishermen to regather Israel, let us, who have been called out through their word, and who have also followed Jesus, go out into all the world and continue to fish for people from out of the nations. Maranatha.